Hello everyone. This is the email video that I have mentioned. Okay, it has taken me a while to come up with an email that I can use specifically for this channel. And by a while, I mean like a good 6 months, because I was even thinking about this email before I got really going with this channel. I was wanting an email that I could use specifically to help people. Couldn't come up with one. Well, I got to thinking last night when I created it, and two people that have said the same thing to me during conversations, it kind of clicked. This is what my channel is about. And the advice that I was given by both Priest Logan on Discover Satanism and by Joe on A Shattered Mirror, they both told me just to keep it real. They use different words, of course, but the whole bottom line is to keep it real. And that's my goal. Like I said in a different video, I use YouTube. I'm not allowing YouTube to use me. So, my email that is going to be used for this Communities and Identities series that I plan to work on probably for as long as I have this channel up and running. This is not a series that I want to end, because it is important for people to be able to have a platform where they can express their identities and they can find the communities associated to their identities and learn about other identities and communities that are out there, simply because we are human and there is no two people that is alike. I don't care if you have the exact same identity as the next person. There's no two people that is alike. And this series is important so that we can ensure that no identity and no community ever gets erased. That's a big thing going on now, where people are trying to erase people. And I'm just not gonna let that happen. Not on this channel. So, my email that these questions can be sent to, or the answers to these questions can be sent to, is truth.honesty.transparency@gmail.com. That was the advice that Joe from A Shattered Mirror gave me, as well as Priest Logan from Discover Satanism. Now, I plan on doing just that. I will always be truthful and seeking the truth, no matter what the cause. I will always be honest, and I expect nothing less than honesty in return. And transparency is something that we all need. We all need it in our lives, because we need to know what we're dealing with, what other people are. We need to be seen for how we are and to not be erased. So, that is the email that you can respond to me to answer these 9 questions if you want to. It's not required. I am going to be asking them of people around my town, and when I go out of town and I come across somebody or something, I will ask these. I'm going to ask my kids these, and I will do a video with my own answers, because I will never ask anything of anybody that I myself will not do. I am going to wait a couple of weeks or so before I upload the video of my answers to these questions, because I don't want to put anybody on a certain track on how to answer their own. Sometimes when we hear something, we think we have to fit in. And fitting in is totally not what this is about. This is about being unique. This is about finding your own identity, things you've learned from your ancestors, hopes and dreams for the future. And every identity has a community, and we all have different identities. And by different identities, I mean we have various ones. Like, for me, race, I'm white, but I fit in with the Hispanic community. My children are Hispanic. So even though I'm white, I have the Hispanic community. My age is 42. My religion is, actually my religion is kind of a bit difficult because it's kind of a cross between a few of them, which would be satanic, atheist, and pagan. But I do more with the ancestors. I follow some of the native traditions. I follow some of the African traditions, such as Santeria and Palomayombe. So I have a wide spectrum of that. And my gender identity is male. My sexual preference, I am gay. I have been with my husband for quite a while now, like 20 years this last November. And I also identify as a father. I identify as a grandfather. There's so many different identities that we have, and it is time to bring them out in the open and not let them be erased. Now, please do not include anything that will make it so that somebody can track you down. Do not list like your home address or your workplace. If you're an accountant and you want to promote your business, that's fine. You can tell me, I am an accountant and I own so-and-so business. That's different. But if you're like a nurse and you're working for other people, your job is very, very, very important. I work home health, I get it. But we don't want our clients coming to our home. So don't do anything that will lead somebody to either to your workplace or to your home or to your children's schools. Those are very, very important. If you send me an email and you have your children or your parents or aunts or uncles or whatever, the same applies to them. If the answers are coming from a minor child, please tell me that the answers are from a minor child. I will put in the age of the child, but I will review everything that is said before I make a video about it. That way I can ensure the safety of that child. This channel is about safety. It is not going to contribute to elderly being scammed or children being kidnapped on their way to school. Like, no, not happening. So be mindful with what you do say. But I will keep your identity, your personal identity, your email address with me. I will not publish your email addresses or anything like that. So you can totally rest assured of that. Now, the first question to answer is, how do you identify? As you can see, I have race, age, religion, gender identity, and sexual orientation or preference. There is a ton of identities. So anything not listed, go ahead and add that. There is no limit. You are a unique person. You can have a ton of identities, and every single identity is valued. It is respected. What is the biggest personal struggle that you have faced in relation to your identity? Number 3, what would you say is the biggest struggle that your community faces? And once again, that can be any part of your identity, your male community, your female community, your job community, your religion community, gender identity community, anything, any identity. You can either pick one and talk about that struggle, or you can combine them, or you can talk about each one separately. Like I said, there's no limit. Number 4, what advice would you have, or would you give to a youth member of your community that is struggling? Once again, any identity, you can pick one or include them all. Number 5, what advice would you give to a member of your community that is stepping out into the world on their own for the first time? Number 6, what was the best advice that you ever received that still applies today? Number 7, who is your biggest supporter? You don't have to name the person, but please state the relationship. And what does this person or people do to let you know that they will be there no matter what? Number 8, are you familiar with the hotlines, crisis centers, and other programs that offer assistance to your community? Number 9, what hopes and dreams do you have for your community as a whole in the future? You can email me the answers to truth.honesty.transparency@gmail.com. And to make sure that you have the right one, this little thing up here in the corner, we will not be silenced. That is the profile image for my email. That way you can ensure that you get it to me. I am the only one that has access to this email address, so your answers will be strictly for my view only until I publish the video. That way I can ensure that none of your personal information will be out on the internet. So please think about answering these questions as I have went through them. And if you have anything that you want me to discuss, any topics, anything that you find important that's going on in the world today, if there's a missing kid in your neighborhood, anything, feel free to add that to the end of your email. I'm very interested in what other people see and want to know about. I have a long list of things that I will be covering, but I'm just one person. I can't come up with the list of things to cover on my own. So feel free to send me an email letting me know just what you want to hear about, what you want to know about, what's important to you, what topics of interest or what topics would assist you or someone that you know. And I will not in any way say that you gave me the topic idea. I will keep that to myself. I will just simply cover the topic. So, with that said, these are the 9 questions, and I really look forward to reading some of the answers. Thank you. Have a nice day.